Okay, so today's video is a little on the this side of things. So the hoodie is appropriate. It is raining outside and I am feeling a little like this. I didn't even really want to record, but the topic that I'm talking about is perfect for the weather. So I did my little makeup, I got my little wig, and let's get into it, baby. So this series, if you guys do not know yet, is basically me showing you guys how I manifest. And for a couple years, a lot of people didn't believe me, and it was really just because I wasn't able to manifest like big things, but I didn't come from a lineage like manifesting, especially in the beginning. It's going to look different to everyone, especially considering what you're used to. If you're someone that's used to receiving a lot and maybe you're not that spiritual, if you're used to receiving a lot and that's a vibration that you're more familiar with and that's a vibration that has more momentum in your life, then manifesting good things and even greater things is going to be a lot easier for you. I did not come from a lineage where I received a lot. I received close to nothing um, in terms of conversation, authenticity, love, money, gifts. Like, I'm a Cancer, okay? This is a theme that happens with Cancers a lot, but yeah, that was true for me. Can't speak for everyone and I can't speak for all Cancers, but that was definitely true for me. So when I was starting to manifest, I was manifesting some really cool things, yes, but that really happened like once or twice, and that was when I was like I was lit in what I was doing and who I was being. Um, so that happened like twice, like really really cool ones. But there's been other times where you know I was able to manifest like $400, $500, or um, I'll just meet someone and and actually I want to do story times about the stuff that I've manifested. So moving along, but they weren't big things. And maybe like 2 years ago, two of the things that I manifested were the two big ones. So the two big ones were the most recent ones, which was like 2 years to a year and a half ago, right? So everything was going good in my life. Um, I had excess of money coming in every month. I was traveling. I had the most awesome career. And then I took a tumble. I think it was a lot of evil eye. I think it was a lot of me not doing the things that were working for me. I wasn't continuing to do those things that were working for me. And yeah, like with the evil eye, it was just like a lot of people who were around me were okay when I was down, but when I was up, it was like I was getting kicked out and they were mad and it's like I'm here to be helpful. Like you can just ask me what I'm doing that's improving my life instead of getting mad at me that my life has improved. So it was a lot going on along with the success that I had. You know what I mean? I wasn't someone that had authentic support around me. So when I became successful, all those people were the ones that were pulling me down, And then on top of that, to make it worse, I wasn't doing the things that were working for me, right? Because when I was doing the things that were working for me, there wasn't any eyes on me. So I had that peace of mind. And when I was doing the things that were working for me, um, I didn't have a lot of money. So then all this money was coming in, and then I had this career where, I had to be traveling a lot, and it was just a lot of newness that I didn't know how to continue carrying when it was really the simple things that I was doing that would have helped me carry all those things now, me looking back, right? And, and when I lost it all, everything, you know. I quit that job. I had money coming in from another source. That stopped. And then, like I said, I didn't have a lot of authentic support around me. I was like in my hermit mode vibe, and I had this dog who was a rescue at the time, and she ended up passing away around that time, like yeah, that same year, but towards the end of it. And when she passed, that's when I like really just like lost it. You know, I lost money opportunities because I wasn't thinking with clarity, and I ended up spending money on another thing that was not a wise investment, not nearly as wise. And I actually have a video on that for this post, so if you want to check that out. Um, yeah, so that's why I'm doing this series because it's been like about a year and a half since Daisy passed, and that's kind of like things were already kind of like building up and falling apart the first few months of I think it was 2021. And then when she passed, that's kind of like when the money stopped, and I was like depressed, and I wanted to end it because it was just like I just did all this work and then it's gone, and the people closest to me were competing with me, and it was just I was just tired. Um, and I let myself be depressed for like maybe like 6 months, but even then, when the depression kind of ended, it was because um, well, one of the positive, it was just like, okay, so like I let myself be depressed maybe for like almost a year actually, almost a year. And then, but I was still putting in work in other ways, but not as like, like maybe just like I was doing like a fourth of what I would normally have done. You know, I was just focusing on one subject or something, you know. Like at first I got into NFTs. Right after she passed, I got into NFTs. And I started to create, I had all my art and I made it all digital. So I was just like doing, I didn't have the creativity to create new art, but I knew that, and it was perfect that I had a tablet and all that. But that's another video. So to get on topic with this video, um, I'm just gonna start recording the process of me manifesting a whole new life. And I kind of started this like 4 months ago. And yeah, so it's been 4 months, and I see like I physically have changed. I look different, and I posted a before and after on TikTok, and I'll put in the description if you guys want to see the before and after from 4 months ago to now. But yeah, and I reconnected with a friend from the past who was like the coolest girl I knew in high school. And we've actually started to work together, and she was like in a place like that too. And when I reconnected with her and I started to work with her almost like if she was a client, within that same first phone call, she was like a whole new, she was in a whole new vibration. You know what I mean? From like being down to being up. Same with me. That's what happened with me. When I started to do the work, because I wasn't doing the work when I was depressed. I was doing other things. I stopped the whole spiritual stuff. I stopped caring about how much water I drank or how much coffee I drank or what I was consuming. I didn't care. You know what I mean? But for the past 5 years before that, it was like a daily, you know, thing that I was doing, like improving and caring about what I put in my body and meditating and writing, and, you know. So for the past year, I was just like, I'm gonna just, ugh, you know, and let things happen naturally, you know, without me doing things. I just needed that. Sometimes you need to let yourself be depressed for as long as you want to. And I am not, you know, a doctor, but that's really what I feel. I think 5 years of consistency to a year of, you know, and you don't know people's personal lives. So there was a lot of things going on in my personal life that I just kept ignoring. Like, okay, it doesn't matter. They don't matter. I kept doing the work. I kept in my vibe. But once I was down, it was like all those people that were in my life that I was able to ignore because I had the energy for it. I couldn't anymore, and I had to cut them off. And so, to get into this video, that's what this is about. One of the first things I do in my process when I'm picking myself back up is see what's around me and what I've been doing, what I've been consuming, the people around me. When someone starts to get closer to me in terms of like interactions, how are things going in my life? How do I start to feel? Like, what do I need to let go of? And I've been doing this for about 6 years. Like what do I need to let go of? Who do I need to let go of? What's serving me? What's not working for me anymore? And who I am, and do I see them in my future? All of that. My biggest recommendation is you don't have to cut everything off and everyone off right away because it can be so overwhelming. I sometimes it would be as simple as like when I would look at everything, I would be like, okay, one thing I can do because I'm stubborn and I have a lot of fixed energy. One thing I can do is cut out soda and maybe drink this instead. Or maybe I'll drink half of what I normally drink and then I'll drink more water, right? So, yeah, I kind of started the cutting off process consciously like in August last year. So, when Daisy passed, it was August the year before. So, yeah. Um, and what I did is I was in a relationship and we were both really happy in it until I wasn't. Um, I was basically getting cheated on. So that's not fun. And so I ended up leaving. And when I left, that same day I met someone. And, but I was leaving town. So we were dating and we actually were dating up until Valentine's Day, like a little bit before Valentine's Day. But I had been wanting to end things for a while, just because I wasn't expecting to date anyone. But yeah, so I let go of a relationship, and then I started to care about how much coffee I was consuming. So I started to consume less, I would say 1 cup a day. Um, what else did I let go of? I don't want to say because I let go of a lot of like personal things and people. And this feels like the last chunk for me. So this is the last time y'all are going to see me down. And this is going to be the biggest manifestation of my life. But yeah, I wish you guys luck in this journey. I hope you like do this with me if you're trying to manifest a whole new life or manifest a glow up or anything like that. So one of the first things I do when I'm like picking myself back up, let things go. Because when you're picking yourself up, it's already difficult. You know what I mean? It's already heavy. You already don't want to. So whatever you gotta like is not necessary weight and you can remove, getting up, it makes it so much easier. Okay? So yeah, I'm gonna go eat some food. Have a great night, y'all. Hopefully this video was doing its thing. I love you all.